I'm going to show you an email. Sorry.
And we're back on the record.
I'm going to show you an email that was dated July 10th from exchange between you and Vice Mayor Massey. If you can see that. And I gave him one to council. I can give one to all the council members, if that's okay, my approach.
Any approach? You want to mark this anyway?
Yes, I was just going to make this part of Exhibit 12. Might be the easiest way to do it. And what is this document that you're looking at? It looks like an email exchange July 10th, 2025 between you and the Vice Mayor, and then subject line grievances.
Correct, sent from my personal Yahoo email.
And what is the subject matter of the email?
This is about grievances against Chief Walton, Brandon Cessna, and Dan Nelson.
Ma'am, can you keep your voice up for me, please?
Oh, sure.
Thank you.
And what are the grievances exactly pertaining to?
So the Exhibit 12 that you were referencing, the Brandon Cessna, this is discussing the ADP app between Cessna and the chief, and telling Mr. Cessna that the council supervises the chief, not myself.
Supervises the chief, not myself?
Yes, ma'am. Mr. Walton's behavior led to my request to meet with Mr. Cessna June 10th in the council at Greenwood Town Hall. During that meeting, I went over the behavior of Mr. Walton and with Mr. Cessna. His responses were all based on everyone needs to get along, this needs to stop. No indication of how the situation could be remedied going forward, made no attempt to bring this to the other 4 council members or mediate with Mr. Walton. Mr. Cessna repeatedly reiterated, Chief does not fall under my supervision. I acknowledge that, but that does not give him permission to treat me with disrespect and not follow policy. And then I referenced the week of June 30th, and I notified Mr. Cessna, CC Vice Mayor Massey, and he acknowledged the receipt. About executive session, and then Mr. Cessna came into the office to sign checks July 3rd, 2025. I asked him if he was going to address the behavior of Mr. Walton, and Mr. Cessna's response was, Janet, the shit just needs to stop and everybody needs to get along. He then proceeded to state I need to get along with the chief. The chief called him about a payroll issue, saying there were a couple weeks Brooke did not get a paycheck, and several times the chief was paid double, so they don't feel comfortable using ADP. I quickly clarified to the mayor, Corporal Tucker had never went a week without a paycheck. There wasn't one instance where ADP paid the chief double. It was voided and the chief was paid on the scheduled day as planned. I explained to Cessna the policy for everybody to use ADP. It's simple, clock in, clock out. He said the chief does not want to use it. Mr. Cessna made the statement I had cussed the chief out.
Say that again, I
had cussed the chief out in front of Carolyn and Mr. Massey. I quickly informed him I have never cussed the chief out, to which he replied, well, you were using cuss words when you were talking to AJ and the chief heard you. Carolyn verified I had not cussed the chief out in front of her. I instructed Mr. Cessna, if he's going to instruct me to go against a town policy, he needs to sign a document stating such. He read the document I had typed explaining he was authorizing the PD to use paper timesheets, not following the policy of using the payroll ADP that the town pays for and the council had agreed upon. He voluntarily signed the document, even after he stated he is only one council member and cannot make a sole decision. Mr. Cessna added a date of July 11th, 2025.
Say that again, he added the date?
Added a date of July 11th, 2025 to the document to give the council, quote, time to figure it out.
it appears that this email, it says grievances, and there's several exhibits. There's exhibit 12, 13, 14, and I believe 15, going to JT0032 date stamp. Were those the grievances that you included in this email?
Yes,
And why did you send it to the vice mayor?
I could not send a grievance against the mayor to the mayor, and so the vice mayor is next in command.
And let's go to the next grievance. It's exhibit 13.
Mr. Paulquin, sorry to interrupt you, but you've been very lenient throughout these proceedings, but I'm not inclined to allow witnesses to continue to poorly read straight off the page.
That's fine. I'll try to get some more summary so it's not as,
Thank you.
I appreciate that point. If you go to exhibit 13, July 10th, can you summarize the grievance that you have here? It appears to be a grievance against Councilman Nelson.
Correct. I emailed this grievance to Mr. Massey, same time, July 10th, 2025, expressing my issues that I felt I was having with Councilman Nelson.
And what, can you generally explain what that, what that grievance is?
Yes, just addressing Mr. Nelson's being disrespectful, aggressive at the May, June, and July 2025 meetings. He was being aggressive, accusatory. He would quiet me, he would ask me a question, quiet me. And, just that there's open opportunities for him to contact me with questions on a daily basis, but he chooses not to, basically.
And it looks like to be the next, I would like to have that entered as exhibit 13.
So entered.
Go to exhibit 14. Can you state what that grievance is?
Yes, dated July 3rd, 2025, sent to Mr. Massey, against Chief of Police David Walton and Acting Mayor Brandon Sessa. I included a part of the employee handbook of how you handle grievances and briefly went through them and expressed that I felt they were discriminating against me for a disability and explained the meeting that I had with Mr. Cessna on June the 10th.
Okay, I'd like to enter out of that is Todd, exhibit 14.
So entered.
Going to exhibit 15, which is base stamped 0027. Can you tell me what this is?
This is the grievance dated, it was emailed the same day as July 10th, to Mr. Massey, grievance against Chief David Walton.
And can you generally tell what's this grievance?
Yes, just 1 second, please. This was about the K-9 program not being followed appropriately. This was about, actually, it's all about the K-9, it appears.
I'd like to enter as exhibit 15.
So entered.
And just to,
I need to make a correction, I guess this page included 0029 is not about the K-9.
Okay.
It was about financial and audits and an issue we had with him coming over here going through books.
Him coming over here and going through books?
Going through books, yes,
Thank you.
And the
when we say
ADP,
him, who are you speaking of?
Chief Walton, and as well as the ADP payroll system.
Now, just to make clear, all these grievances were emailed at one time.
Yes, sir.
Did you submit them in any other way?
I gave him a paper copy and I sent them to his town email.
Going to exhibit 16 with this base stamped JT0034. What is this document?
was presented to council, just a history of grants that I had applied for and received since becoming town manager. It did not include Please Click grants, just grants I got for the town that came out. I think it was $1.6 million total.
I'm sorry, I have to ask a question. Was the testimony that this had been presented to
Yeah.
the town before?
I believe so, yeah.
Yes, this was presented to council.
I'd like to enter as Todd Exhibit 16.
So, I'm sorry,
I'm gonna object to that.
go ahead.
I don't see anything on it that indicates it was presented to anyone, ever. And I don't really even know, like, the date of when it would have been presented, like, if there's just, I have no concept of who prepared this, what it is, or anything like that.
Mr. Pollock, can we get some blood here on this, please?
Yeah, I think she testified to that, but I'm happy to do it.
Please.
Did you draft this?
I did,
And when did you draft it?
in preparation for a council meeting. It says the totals are as of July 31st, so I would assume it was the August council meeting, but I don't have the minutes on me, so, but that's why it was drafted.
And why did you present this to town council?
We were starting budget talks and talking about finances, so that's why I drafted this.
I have a follow-up question. Would the presentation of this document be reflected in meeting minutes?
It should be under town manager's report.
I would submit that if this document's to be submitted, it should be submitted as part of the actual document. I mean, this is at best a fragmentary document.
It's not that important. I'm not gonna like battle over it. I think it's relevant, but it's.
You want to let it go, you want to move on?
I'll let it go to move on.
Okay.
I'll give Mr. Picallo a win here, so. Now, if we could go to, skipping ahead, I'm going to Exhibit 20, JT 0046. Can you tell me what this document is? I'll wait for everyone to get to that page. Exhibit 20-0046.
So, Mr. Pollockman, I'm looking at document date stamp JT 0045, which is identified as Exhibit 19, and then on the reverse side, JT 0046 marked as Exhibit 20. Are these separate?
These are separate. I guess with the double-sided, it caused some confusion, so my apologies. But the only one that we're looking at is 0046. I'm trying to skip over some stuff that I don't think is necessary.
Okay, so JT 0046 Exhibit 20 is a single page document.
Right.
Okay.
Well, actually, it's 0046 and 0047, I
Okay.
believe. It's a complete document.
So I mean, it seems like I'll probably have the same objection that I just had.
We need some blood here on this, yes.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for everyone to get to the,
Okay, we're with you.
all right, well, what is this document?
This is a letter presented to town council 11/11/20 from Lisa Sears, Bookkeeping Solutions. Hal Godwin had contracted her when I was out with.
And who's Hal Godwin?
He was previous town manager. He had contracted her when I was out with my brain surgery to help help him work on the 2019 audit. And this is her referencing the items that Blank, Johnson, and Tall had deleted.
Can you say it again before Johnson? I think you said something.
Blank, L-A-N-K,
Knight Johnson had,
and Tall.
I didn't hear that, and
Tall, T-U-L-L,
had,
had deleted,
That's a name.
yeah, I got
had,
it, thank you.
Very well.
had deleted entries out of QuickBooks, and Mrs. Sears was hired to try to help to put those back. And this just referenced the highlight, the highlighted area, stating that they were deleted. And it says it's left Janet and Hal with several relevant transactions no longer traceable in QuickBooks. And then the next page is all the items deleted by Lank, Johnson, and Todd.
And who
Hold
created?
on, before you have an objection.
Yeah, so the same, essentially, I could almost repeat it verbatim, but replace what I said before with this exhibit number. You know, if it was presented to council, it should be in minutes somewhere, and if it was actually a letter, like mailed or issued to council, I would think that it would be addressed in some way. So I just don't know what this is, aside from, you know, a random document. It could have been prepared yesterday for all I know, I just can't say.
I was still questioning her on the contents of the document and.
Well, we don't want to avoid a foundational entry here, so was this document presented to council?
Yes,
Okay, when was it presented to council?
November 11th, 2020.
Okay, is it appended to town council meeting minutes?
The meetings are not in here, but it would be in the minutes, yes, but the meetings are not in this.
Gonna allow it in.
Okay, enter as exhibit 20. If you can go to exhibit 22, which is base stamp 050. Tell me what this document is.
This is a letter from PKS dated February 21st, 2024, status of the audit, and it states that we were asked to provide an update. The audits are on hold while a third-party consultant recreates and reconciles records from 2020, 2021, and 2022.
I believe 22 has already been entered into the record.
That's correct.
Oh, has been, okay. And this just confirms that, who's that third-party consultant that's speaking of?
Wigglesworth, Moyers, and Chance.
If you can go to exhibit 23, please. Base stamp 051, excuse me. Can you tell me what this email is?
This is an email sent from myself, from my town email, to Day Chu and Matthew Chance at Wigglesworth, Layton, Moyers, and Chance, stating that there's a town council meeting tomorrow night, and I would like to give them an update on the audit. And they responded, Ashley and her firm are doing the audits, so they'll give you an update on that, and they can confirm, but I think all of the bank reconciliations we were asked to prepare are complete.
I'd like to enter this as exhibit 23, please.
And it's JT 0051 through JT 0052. Is that correct?
Yes.
So entered.
If you can go to exhibit 24, please. JT, it's under 5.3. For some reason, it skips to 5.2, or there's excuse me, I think there's a mistake in here. The 5.2 and 5.3 should be part of the same exhibit. So my apologies for that
So
discrepancy.
So exhibit 23 is only
051,
051.
and 5.3 and 5.2 should be reversed. So.
So exhibit 24 is 52 and 53.
Correct. Can you tell me what this email chain is between you, it looks like representatives from PKS?
Yes, dated Thursday, January 9th, 2025, from John Weedle at PKS, and he CC'd Ashley Stern. Request for the 2020 audit, and it makes a list of items they are requesting. And I responded on January 13th. Good morning, my apologies for the delay. We had a few days off with the weather. I'm catching up, and I'll get you these items ASAP.
And what is it, does this reflect like you working with PKS and getting, did you actually get those items?
Yes,
And do you know how long it took for you to get those items?
The ones pertaining to the police department were actually deferred to the chief. I don't know the timeline on that.
What about the other items?
The other items, when's this dated, the 13th? I don't know the actual day. It should have been within a day or two, or they would have emailed me again.
Go to JT 0054, Exhibit 25. Can you generally describe what this letter is? You don't have to read it verbatim.
PKS and Company, July 7th, 2025, to the mayor and council, stating that they were engaged to do audits for the year ending 2021, and they're scheduled to come June 16th, as scheduled, it says, and they've communicated with me of any requests they needed.
When you say testing, what do they mean by that?
Oh, that was when they were here in town hall. And it says they're in the final stages of the audit process.
I'd like to enter that as Exhibit 25, please.
So entered.
We can go to Exhibit 27, JT 0056. This appears to be an email chain between you and Councilman Nelson, is that correct?
Correct.
And can you summarize what was the purpose of the email chain and the date?
They had requested an update on the audit, and I received that update in print form from the auditors, and I had placed it, they have mailboxes out here, and I had placed it in their mailboxes, and Mr. Nelson did not get his, and Carolyn had told me she showed it to him, but they were all put in the mailboxes.
And how did Mr. Nelson, he was requesting documentation from you?
Yes,
And did you provide that documentation?
yes, I
And it
believe,
looks like he's requesting a timeline of the audit?
yes, I could not provide that. And all the answers in red are my answers, the black is his questions to me, and the red are my answers.
And it looks like, if you go to the second page here, the email, the original email, he sent an email at 5:26 a.m. Making, asking about where the information was.
Correct. Stating that it was not in his mailbox.
And you responded to him that same day?
Yes, I believe so. Yes.
If we could move to, excuse me, I'd like to enter that as an exhibit.
27.
27, thank you.
So entered.
If you go to bait stamp JT 0065, fortunately it's horizontal. Can you tell me what this document is? It's, this email chain is between you and Marshall Kemp?
Yes, this is dated May 28th, 2024, between former Mayor Marshall Kemp and myself regarding the PNC bank statements we were struggling to get from the closed accounts. And he says, he also wanted me to reach out to Matthew Chance at Wigglesworth and Ashley Stern invites him to an upcoming council meeting to clear out any misunderstandings.
And was that done?
I don't remember if they came or not, I did reach out to them, but I don't know if they came.
Okay, and can you just, it looks like there's a talk about like you inherited a mess when it came to the bookkeeping of the town. Did you ever talk to Mayor Kemp about that?
Yes,
And does this look like he's conceding that the books were a mess when you came?
yes, he actually came into my office and we went over and looked through the books and things, and so yes, he was aware of the mess.
Was he cooperative with you throughout this process?
At times.
Did you respond to this email from Mayor Kemp, or did you speak to him without it?
I believe he came into the office. Yeah, because he even offered to help, if there's anything he could do to help with the audit, he would be more than glad to.
If you can go to the last page of the email in 3, it looks like he's talking about your work on the audit and you wanting to complete the audit.
Yes, he was, assuring me that, he was not overlooking my performance pertaining to the audit, and that it was a huge undertaking and challenging. And he agreed with me 100% about, the process.
I'd like to enter that as Todd Exhibit 30.
So Leonard?
Go to Exhibit 47, please. It's JT0104. Can you tell me what this document is?
This is a copy of the veterinarian bill that was in the accounts payable folder presented to me by Kevin for payment on May the 13th for the canine bill.
Okay, and this is what was left on your desk?
Yes,
Is this the first time that you were on notice that there was a dog purchase?
yes, that's when I received this bill, when I reached out to Kevin and asked him if we had a dog.
And Exhibit 47 is, goes 104 to 105. I'd like to enter that as an exhibit.
So Leonard?
Can you go to Exhibit 50, please? Is this a series of emails regarding insurance for the dog?
Yes, Short Insurance is the insurance company for the town. These are email exchanges between Aaron at Short Insurance and myself in May to try to get a price to insure the canine dog.
Was that pursuant to request from the chief?
No, I believe yes, originally chief requested it and then council requested it as well.
The chief had testified there was something about, he was complaining about a copy and paste and that he wanted direct contact with the insurance company. Do you recall, did you provide him with that direct contact?
Yes, and he spoke with Aaron Copolis.
I'd like to enter Exhibit 50, please.
So Leonard? And that is JP 0111 through 112. Is that right?
He yes, it's JT 111 to 112, correct.
Thank you.
Go to exhibit 56, please. What is this document?
This is the actual vet report pertaining to the health of the canine Emma that the chief took possession of.
Is this information you provided to town council?
Yes,
And what, and you believe, and you received information that this was a sick dog?
yes. And Councilwoman Jones advised I request the actual vet report, which I did.
And this, you actually gave this to town council, correct?
Yes, I did.
I'd like to enter this exhibit 56, please.
So honored.
If we can move on to exhibit 64. JT 0143 through JT 146. I know Mr. DeColo is going to have an objection to this.
Looks good, right?
I don't know what this is yet.
Okay. Fair enough.
Assuming I may find out.
Yes, that's what my plan was. Can I ask you, what is this document?
Mr. Vice Mayor Massey had reached out to me not long after my suspension and asked would I be willing to help him figure out a couple of financial things so the acting town manager would know. So this is the document that I provided him with to answer the questions that he asked.
And you
I'll object to this.
could,
Ms. Todd, can you state again the timing of when this document was created?
It was within, I'd say, a week or 2 weeks after my suspension when he reached out to me.
Okay?
That's a guess, I don't know the exact date.
he reached out to you?
Yes,
And how did you provide this to him?
via email, I responded to his email.
This was an attachment to an email?
Yes,
So there's no email here, number one. Number two, this looks like it was prepared almost for purposes of this hearing today. And for that reason, I'm disturbed.
You certainly can question her about it. I could question her.
I can assure you if it comes in, I will.
Okay, I'll ask you, was this prepared, and I think I asked you the same question. When was it, what was this prepared for?
Mr. Massey had some concerns about the $400,000, whatever the council was discussing, he asked would I be willing, even though I was suspended, to give this helpful information, and I said yes, and I can probably pull it up on my tablet and show this email if I have to.
It looks like there's some, I'm just trying to clarify, so because Mr. DeColo is concerned that it was prepared for today's hearing. It looks like you're giving it at the last page, in bold, you're giving instructions for someone to go to QuickBooks and click on banking.
Yes,
You want to put that there for today's hearing, right?
no.
So, why were you requested to prepare this document?
Mr. Massey stated when I was suspended that the mayor had sent out an urgent email that there were things they couldn't figure out, and they didn't have Mrs. Slater, yes, I guess at that point, Mr. Massey asked would I be willing to help. So I gave him like instructions on how to do things,
And do you know what Mr. Massey did with this document?
I do not.
Objection sustained.
Now, I'm gonna go to Exhibit 69. Can you tell me what this document is?
Sorry, Ron, could you say the date stamp, please?
Oh, there was no, this was, excuse me, this was added, this was a Dwayne Jones statement.
Oh, so it would be at the very end?
It's the last
Okay.
page. Literally, the last.
You said Dwayne, but it's Doreen, yes?
Torino, excuse me.
Yeah.
What is this document?
This is a document previous Councilwoman Doreen Jones wanted to submit because she could not be at the hearing. Then she had it notarized on 1/14/2026, and I submitted it to you.
And what is, Ms. Jones, former council member Jones? What is she talking?
Yes, is that?
Yes, I'm sorry, yes.
What is she referring to here?
She is referring to, in the instance with the chief being angry, the instance about the canine information that she had presented to me, and that we were understaffed, and that I volunteered to work at events, and about my job performance with her, and that she's lived here more than 70 years.
I think there was always already ruling on this exhibit to be entered into. I don't know.
We're preserving objection to the hearing until it's going to be used.
Yeah, so, I don't know, how this was developed or the circumstances, but, you know, certainly Ms. Jones isn't here. So I know that we're no hearsays are not objection, but like literally, this is a document that appears to be signed by Ms. Todd herself at the bottom from Ms. Jones. I suppose it is what it is. I'll just withdraw my objection if you want. Yeah.
All right. Mr. Pollock, when you request to enter Exhibit 69,
Yes, thank you.
so entered.
Now, when Campanella interviewed you, what was his demeanor during the interview?
When I arrived, he appeared agitated with me because I was not available on the 2 dates that he had given me to come. So as soon as I came in, he was, I'll just say agitated.
And was his questioning, did he seem, what was it, was his questioning of you neutral, or did it seem, or how did it seem?
In my opinion, they were leading questions, like, to get to the answer that he wanted, that's my opinion.
And why do you say that?
Because he would ask me a question, and if I would say, I don't remember, or I'm not sure, you know, whatever, you don't remember, or you're not sure, is it yes, is it no? You know, he was just kind of standoffish, but like, he had, and he had, we'll just say plan, I don't know what the word is, so.
Do you feel like he was really interested in your responses?
No,
Give me a moment, I can wrap this up. Now, regarding any of the auditors, did you ever have a Was there ever any hostility between daughters and yourself?
No,
Did they provide a list of documents for you to get?
yes, periodically.
And how long did it take for you to get those documents?
It would depend. Sometimes it was longer because we had to find them, or sometimes, there's so many filing cabinets, like I said, they weren't filed, so sometimes it could take a while, but it was as quick as I could get them to them, along with doing my other work as well. But I would try to stop, and find what they needed, and that's when they decided to come and bring a team here, and we did it all together.
Now, and regarding Investor Campanella had talked to you, had said that you said nobody had harassed you, or Mr. Donovan hadn't harassed you. Did he talk about retaliation regarding you?
He asked if I felt like I was being retaliated against, which I said yes, and he asked did Mr. Donovan come in and harass me that affected my day-to-day work. And I said no, because I didn't see him every day.
Did you see your suspension as an adverse employment action?
Absolutely.
Did he ever talk about, did he ever talk about your complaint with the Public Integrity Commission?
Mr. Campanella?
Yeah.
Yes,
And did he ever use the term whistleblower at all?
yes. I believe he said, I believe his words were, I brought it up, and he said, it's not a thing, let's just keep going, or we just kind of skimmed over it, I brought it up.
Did he, how much of the interview encompassed talking about harassment or retaliation?
I would say very little, small portion of it.
I don't have further questions.
Mr. Delcolo, you ready to proceed across?
I am. Ms. Todd, I want to start first with the items that define how you're to perform your role as town manager. Were you present when the employee handbook was updated, I believe, around 2022?
Yes, June of 2022.
And did you understand that you were subject to that handbook along with the rest of the employees?
Yes,
Okay. And then, of course, there's been a lot of discussion about the town charter. You would agree with me that you're subject to the town charter as well?
yes.
Okay. So, I'm gonna direct your attention to Exhibit 18.
In the black book?
Yes, please. Specifically, Greenwood 419. So on that page 10, the second sentence says, public employees should act in a professional manner, using good judgment and courtesy at all times, and should avoid any type of behavior that would even appear illegal or unethical. You see that there, right?
I do,
You would agree that portion of the handbook is one of the items that defines the expected standard of conduct for the town manager,
it should for all employees and council.
Right.
Not just the town.
including the town manager.
Correct.
Right. And it says here on the next page, 11, individual employees must be responsible to their supervisor. You see that on the next page over?
Which paragraph again?
First paragraph, first sentence.
Oh, okay, yes,
And who would your supervisor be, Ms. Todd?
the entire town council.
Right. So it says work directions and results, measurement of performance and handling of grievances are the responsibility of the supervisor. You see that?
Yes,
So you just said that the entire town council was your supervisor.
correct.
Right, okay. So I'm gonna pause in my review of this and go ahead and ask some questions right now about the grievance. So if your entire manager is the town council, and you just said that that's your supervisor, and it says here that supervisors are responsible for addressing grievances, can you explain to me why you only submitted the grievances that you were just discussing to Mr. Massey and no one else?
Because there was a grievance against Mr. Nelson, there was a grievance against the mayor, there was a grievance against Mr. Donovan, and so Mr. Massey was the vice mayor, so that's why I submitted. He was
So-
next in line chain.
Is there some exception in the charter somewhere that authorizes Mr. Massey to act on his own in a circumstance like that?
Not that I'm aware of.
What about in the handbook? Is there some exception that makes him able to act unilaterally on behalf of council in a circumstance where there may be issues with other council members?
No, like I said, he was next chain of command, that's why mayor, vice mayor, so.
So you're certainly very familiar with what council can and cannot do and what their authority is, like what the bounds of the authority are, right?
Yes,
Yes.
thank you.
So that kind of raises a question for me about the canine. First of all, I want to clear something up. I believe on your direct examination testimony, you said that the police department couldn't purchase a canine. At the time that you saw the vet bill, was it your understanding that a canine was purchased or that one was donated?
At that time, I was under the impression it was purchased, I hadn't seen any other documents or talked to the chief.
When did you become aware that it was donated?
I believe later that day when I spoke with the chief, or the next day when he gave me a copy of the contract.
Right. And is it true that your position at that time, and I think you said, although it ultimately was donated, your view is that, accepting a donated dog could not be something that would just be done willy-nilly, that the council would have to approve that? That's your position, right?
Yes, because there were finances associated with it.
So do you believe that accepting a donated canine is more important than serious grievances filed against the public servants up here?
I'm not sure I understand that question.
Okay, so do you think that accepting a donated canine is
Yes.
more important than the grievances that you're saying were submitted against the public servants on this panel?
Objection, I think the question's confusing.
It's not confusing at all. Do you think the grievances you submitted are more important than the canine issue that was discussed with council that you just said needed to be a decision of the whole council?
Yes.
She can answer the question.
Okay.
Yes.
So let me get this straight. The canine issue needed to go before the whole council, right?
Per the charter under the police section.
Right, but for some reason, that's significant and important, but we wouldn't want to bring issues of these, the harassment you're discussing and how awful the situation was for you. We wouldn't want to bring that to the full council. We just want to send an email to Mr. Massey about that one, right?
That's how the employee handbook states, not
It
the
is.
charter.
Well, let's go to the employee handbook and look at what the handbook says about processing of grievances.
Okay, what page?
I'll find it if you'll bear with me. So I direct your attention to Greenwood 414, please. So here it says, under the complaint process, if an employee feels, and this is, I'm reading from page 5 under complaint process, if an employee feels that he or she is a victim of conduct of the type listed above, and the conduct listed above indicates workplace discrimination or harassment for the sake of clarity, or feels that he or she has witnesses an incident of harassment or discrimination by any officer, manager, employee, client, or other person doing business with the town of Greenwood, he or she should immediately bring the attention of the town manager. Police officers should report all such matters to the chief of police. If the town manager is subject of the report should be brought to the attention of the mayor. it is very important that problems of this type be brought to the attention of the town as promptly as possible. So, and I saw some highlighted material in one of the grievances you submitted, which I can turn to in a moment. But for purposes of this section, can you explain to me what it is about the section that I just read aloud would cause you to file something with the vice mayor?
Because one of the grievances was against the mayor, so why would I present a grievance against him to him?
Well, let me back up for a moment. My suggestion was that it would be presented to the whole council because they're the decision maker, right? You just testified that your supervisor is the whole council, not any one member of council.
Correct.
Right. So if you wanted the town to act on the grievances that you submitted, which I think was, let me back up. You submitted the grievances to Vice Mayor Massey because you wanted some action taken to address them, correct?
Correct.
And you just agreed that Vice Mayor Massey can't unilaterally fix, solve, or make decisions for the town.
Correct.
So, you did that, when you did that, were you aware of the language on page 5 under complaint process? Did you take it out and review it when you decided to submit it to Vice
If
Mayor
this is
Massey?
out of the employee handbook, yes, I reviewed the employee handbook.
Before submitting the grievance? You did?
Yes.
Okay, so I want to turn my attention to your actual grievance document, and let's try to explore this a little bit further. So exhibit 14, I think at JT 25, there's looks like it was like a copy and paste of something in the middle of this document. Do you see what I'm referencing?
373 at the top.
Yes, it says, it's JT 0025 and it's dated July 3rd, 2025, and it's exhibit 14.
Oh, wrong book.
In the white book, my apologies.
What's the exhibit number, please?
14?
Okay, did I get your question?
Okay, so my question was, this is the excerpt of the handbook you're saying, I'm assuming you reviewed for purposes of submitting the grievances,
Yes.
all 3 of the grievances.
Yes.